All right. Welcome to Sideboard MTG, and we've got a good one for you tonight. Turbo Fog using Nexus of Fate to take all the turns. Well, at least that's the plan anyway. We're going to take a look at this deck, and it's getting a lot of coverage lately, so I really wanted to kind of play with it. I'm planning to run this through a league, so I hope you guys enjoy, and I'm not going to take up too much more time doing the YouTube stuff, but as always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of these, crazy decks and things like that. I play top tier stuff, but I also love when we get some really cool jank. Spent the past day trying to figure this deck out, so we're going to try to give some decent gameplay here. Definitely going to say right off the bat, if you have never played this deck, then you're going to want to give it some test runs. You're going to want to look at how things work. Sequencing can be a little bit strange, and we've got a little bit of help in that department thanks to some of the pros and the articles they write, and we'll talk about that in just a moment as well. As always, though, if you want to play this deck, manatraders has got the cards. Like, Nexus of Fate's not a cheap card, and you may not want to go shell out all the cards for it, or the money for it, to get the cards. So if you want to test it out, manatraders is perfect for that. There's a link in the description box of where you can sign up. Helps the channel when you sign up. And if you don't want to save some money, the channel has a coupon code down there. We just got a new coupon code. It's good till September 8th, so hope you guys enjoy, and let's talk a little bit about this this Nexus of Fate deck, right? First off, I want to say that there's an article, and I'm going to pull this over really quick for you guys. There's an article here. Oh my goodness, what have we done? First off, I want. Jeez. All right. Let's fix that. Okay. So Raphael Levy wrote a very good article telling you about the history of this deck, where the deck came from, the things they went through to get the deck tuned to the way it is now, why they decided to play it, your bad matchups, how to sideboard the deck. Tons of things. Just being able to see the history of the deck is absolutely terrific because it gives you, where the deck came from, why they made these decisions. So if the meta shifts and things like that, you'll know why not to choose some of those other cards. And they can, I promise you, Raphael Levy did a much better job of explaining it than I will. But we are going to try to go through it. But the sideboarding and stuff like that is absolutely terrific. It's really, really good to have this at, as some notes and things for sideboarding. Talks about those bad matchups, like I said, and then gives you some tricks here. One of the ones that I really liked that they threw in was the order sequence here. When you are drawing cards, they actually gave you where's it at? Let me find it. Lincoln, my man, dude. There's a sequence here. Like, always sequence your. Either way, it goes search for Azcanta, then you want to use Karn, then you want to use Nissa, then Teferi, in that order most of the time. So I can't find it right here. It is. Here we go. Azcanta, Karn, Nissa, Teferi, things like that. And it may not just be like right off the bat, like just pops up to your mind to sequence it that way. But if we get the option, we're going to try to explain a little bit of that during gameplay. So I did put the link to that description down below. So if you guys want to check that out, you can. It's the second link in the description, and the deck list itself is actually the first link in the description. So anyway, yeah, really cool deck. The mana base is pretty well tuned, and there's a reason for all of the untapped lands. And you'll notice there's not a lot of reason for white mana. The deck's not actually really heavy on white, so that's a thing. Let me check this music. Does this music seem a little loud to you guys, or is it all right? Let me get all this up here. Let's move chat over here where we can see it. No chat, don't go huge. Zaxadillo, what's up, guys? Before I get into the land base and everything, let's get some shout outs here. Music's good, perfect. This is yes, that's right. James and myself, we did some play testing with it last night. I have to say, he beat me to death with Grixis, man. Grixis mid range, he just walloped on me. So anyway. What's up, yo, Aiden? James Madness, Jareth Miles, what's up, sir? You like the Esper version that runs Chromium? It's closer to close out games with? Yeah. You might need to add black to your mill deck for Scarab Feast. Maybe. That might be a thing. Why Scarab Feast though? Like what's getting you? Why can't you just like dump the whole graveyard? Just curious. Who else do we got up here? Jareth. That's pretty much it. Nobody else is really talking in chat. Man, Aiden, I'll have to go back and read all that. I don't have time to catch up there, bro. Anyway, we are gonna jump into this deck tech really quick. The main idea here is this is a Teferi deck. So let's go ahead and start out there. All right, so you have Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and as most of you know that have been playing in Standard anytime in the recent past, you know that Teferi himself is a win condition. There's a lot of decks out there that they just plan to use Teferi to mill their opponent out. Well, if in those matchups where they have no other win condition other than Teferi, we automatically win. No matter what, we have more ways to... we have more copies of our Nexus of Fate than they have ways to exile it. So it just keeps going, and we just keep taking turn after turn after turn. And we can take all the turns and just take it all the way to time if we're playing in paper. But in on Magic Online, we kind of need to see something, because we don't have a lot of ways to actually kill them either without a Karnstruct. So unless we can make like a Karn token or something like that, we really don't have a ton of ways to actually kill the opponent. So let's talk about Teferi here. The plan is to put the Teferi down and then be able to protect it with one of our many... Oh man, neither one of these are going to show up. No arts for these Haze of Pollens. This is ridiculous. Let's close the deck and open it back up. Let's see if that helps. No? That didn't help at all? Alright, whatever. Anyway, we're not going to be taking damage to our Teferi, because the plan is to use the 2 mana that Teferi untaps to actually fog the next turn. So when they go to attack and deal damage to Teferi, then we just, fog and prevent that damage. Now, for some of you may not know what a fog is exactly this effect: prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. So you basically throw your blanket of fog up, they can't swing through it. Even if they swing, they miss. Ooh, how about that? Anyway, we've got things like Search for Escanto to help draw more cards. Man, these arts are really... It's just horrible. I wish I had a way to fix that. If anybody knows anything, let me know how to fix the art issue. Anyway, the plan will be to ramp into our Teferis, ramp into our extra turns and things like that. And there are a couple really tricky ways, and I hope I can get those to show up for you tonight in stream. But once we get a Karn, a Teferi, or a Nissa down, at that point it's just going to be take extra turn after extra turn after extra turn until we just win with an ultimate. I mean, Teferi's ultimate, you get what they call a flawless victory, which doesn't necessarily have anything to do with your life total, but when you have all the things on your side of the board and your opponent has nothing on their side of the board. So, James Clugston, when the art does not show up, you just restart. You have to restart MTGO. Will that fix the art? Because I'll do it. Anyway, Nexus of Fate, great card. It's instant speed, take an extra turn. Now, one of the cool things here is you can actually turn 6 this Nexus of Fate if you have your Teferi out, and that's kind of the plan, is to drop Teferi, protect him with a fog, turn 6, play your land, and then at that point take your first extra turn. After that, you're going to want to try to take every extra turn you can. So any excess mana needs to be used in thinning the deck more and more and more. So you're just going to continuously thin the deck. And that's why every card in this deck has been chosen for the exact purpose of it helps you thin the deck. And let's talk about those cards. Now, like Haze of Pollen, you can cycle it in those cases where you don't need to actually thin the deck, or don't need to actually prevent the combat damage, so you can use it to thin the deck. You can use Beneath the Sands. It'll thin the deck in either direction you need to go, whether you're searching for a basic land card or if you're just cycling. So either way, you're gonna be able to use it to thin the deck. Now, personally, against Nicol Bolas last night, it seemed like it was actually really good to just cycle this because you didn't lose a card in hand. So it allowed me to, kind of keep more cards in hand. And then, of course, Karn, Teferi, things like that. We do have one Oath of Teferi, and that seems like that's going to be absolutely ridiculous, right? Like, so, oh God, control. Yeah, we're definitely control. But I hope you guys get it. I mean, that's the plan. Play a Planeswalker, take a bunch of extra turns, ultimate to Planeswalker, use the Planeswalker's ability, whatever you want to do. Just thin the deck till there's nothing left but Nexus of Fate, cast Nexus of Fate over and over and over, take all the turns, steal all the fun from the game. Oh yeah, it's going to be fun, guys. I hope we're going to have a ton of fun. In the sideboard, this is like the simplest sideboard you can find, and there's a lot of matchups you don't even sideboard against. So, Jace's Defeat, Negate, Cast Out, Carnage Tyrant, and that's it. Okay, 4 defeats, 4 negates, 3 cast outs, and 4 Carnage Tyrant. That's it. That's it. I need to make that a Nightbot command, exclamation point fun. There's a finite amount of fun in every Magic game. I want to have all of it. Right? We need to have at least 100%, at least all of the fun. And that's exactly what this deck's for. So I'm gonna restart Magic Online before we get into a game, because that's gonna drive me insane not having my like Karn arts and things like that. So we're gonna do that really quick and see if this helps. No Dovin Bond. This deck has been, yes, we're playing a league, Justin. We will be playing a league. So, Lamp. Oh, we looked into a bulb for Lamp. So we should be having that sometime this month, hopefully. I looked into ordering it. I want to make sure I've got the right one before I order it. But it looks like it is going to be one of the Philips Hue models, but they make a couple different models, and Lamp's a touch lamp. I want to fix that. I want to make sure I get the right one for Lamp there. Did you guys see that? Did y'all get my password? It's ... Right? Those stupid black backs. What? I've got to turn this music down, man. It just seems like it's blaring in my ears. That's right, we got soda tonight. I want to be able to talk to Lamp. Yeah, like if I could make Lamp talk, that would be awesome. Like if we could have some kind of like animation thing, I would do it. I would find a way to include Lamp in a little bit more if we could do that. Oh, good old Magic Online. I don't know why we have so many problems with Magic Online. Let's close out manatraders. By the way, guys, this deck is 468 tickets or 536 bucks on paper. Not a cheap deck at all. So it's definitely one of those, if you have the ability to rent cards on Magic Online, I highly recommend that you test this deck out. It may not be for you, it may not be for a lot of people, but there are some people that are going to play this deck and they're going to have the most fun that you can imagine. That there's been a ton of records. Raphael Levy said that he went 4-1, 4-1, 4-1 a ton of times. So yeah, 200 on tickets just in Nexus. I think they're down to like 35 bucks or something like that. I mean, it seems like they went way through the roof, and then now it seems like it might be stabilizing a little bit. I know there's a lot of hype around the deck though, so I mean that price may continue to go up. I don't know what it is in paper right now, so we'll see. Ooh, we have art. What? We has art. James, you're a hero. For now, when we don't have art, I'll just restart Magic Online. Oh man, that's just greatness. Okay. nice and simple, and you know, I guess everyone else knows too now. Alright, you guys ready to jump into a league? Oh, that's right, we're leaguing this bad boy. Whether or not I can actually play this good enough to play in the league is besides the point. I just think that the deck deserves to be played in a league, so we're gonna give it a shot, man. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, I only got one trophy. Here we go. We has pretty pictures now. You are right, Rocker. You are right. I was very surprised to not see a single Ibni Rivulet in the deck. I think that Ibni Rivulet has an opportunity to just kind of like, I don't know, to be decent. Not against this deck, but I just think it has the opportunity to be decent. There's no way to force your opponent to draw multiple cards or anything like that. So, like, and you can't mill someone that is playing this deck out. I actually think Syncopate's really good against this deck. Just countering it and exiling it seems like it would be the right thing to do. I know I had a lot of problems against like Doomfall deck with James last night. So I tried to tell me this last week that we. Oh, that's why you had to pay to make me notice. I'm sorry, James. Chat flies by, man. Thanks for the buck though. Can confirm James did indeed tell you that. Oh man. About to start running insult to injury. Damage cannot be prevented this turn. And your boys. Oh yeah, there you go. I mean, damage cannot be prevented this turn. It's a really good counter. All right, here we go. Don't get you started on RNG flashbacks to bad coin flips in a Pokemon trading card game online. Really? Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got one... If I had blue mana so that I could actually play this Anticipate, I might actually keep this hand. We do have our Teferi. We've got one ramp spell. Is this worth keeping? It's almost worth keeping. I mean, we have all the things we want. We get to one land. We get the Beneath the Sands. Oh man, I'm gonna try it. It doesn't seem horrible. Boss sauce. There it is. All right. Well, we're game now, ladies and gentlemen. We are game. How internet? The mana math is super hard with the end step untap, floating the gift land mana. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I'm hoping we can get into some of that. Like, I read Raphael's deck tech, and it explains a lot about how to do it and things like that. So I think we just take our beats from Karizev here. And we've just got to try to get into this Teferi and hold open our Haze of Pollen. I hope I'm doing this right. I don't have the article pulled up, so I can't look at the game guide for this particular matchup. This is the third Fog League you've seen today, and you're not sure you can. I'm sorry. Everyone's playing Fog, huh? And you're looking it up to watch it, right? Seems good. Seems good. Okay, well... Goblin Chain Whirler. Alright, so, I mean, we're safe to go ahead and Anticipate. We're not going to get a chance to play... I'll just grab the Teferi for now. I mean, backup Teferi might just be what we need to buy ourselves a little bit of time. We get another Fog effect, though. So, we'll go ahead and ramp here. I mean, we're going to have to take a little bit of damage. But one more land and we're gold. So land off the top and we're set. Do I need? Yeah, I need the double blue. So might as well grab that. Alright, so now we just need to be patient, and right, this is supposed to be a good matchup, and I am still afraid that I am going to butcher the execution of this deck, or taking the wrong plan out of the gates with this deck, and I think that that's actually really easy to do. So, like, I am a little bit worried about that. We're talking about the MTGA algorithm. It's both true and false. Sometimes it still works. Oh yeah, it's bugging out. That's an anticipate. Okay, so we're gonna try to get our land here. There's a gift of paradise. All right, so just gonna play the land. We just kind of pretty much had to get the land. This is not exactly what we were hoping for. That's a hazard. All right, he's got all the things. I guess we root snare. Okay, well, we get another root snare, so we'll Teferi here. Draw a card, untap some lands, pass the turn, untap green, blue, and then pass back to Boss Sauce here. Alright, so he's just going to start throwing lands at us. That part's going to be a little bit of a pain. Next turn I could actually bounce the hazard, but alright, so just going to go ahead and root snare again. Okay, well, come on. Another haze. Come on, land. That is a search for Escanta. We got a little bit of time with him throwing cards at us. So I am going to go ahead and play the search for Escanta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is the last time we take a turn off, though. Could I have, like, tap 2, float 2? Yeah, I could have, right? Taken an extra turn right here. I think I could have. I think... Yeah, I think that we could have... okay. Alright, big deal, opponent. Alright. We've got a little bit of time here. He throws a card at us. We haze a pollen. I mean, it's all coming at us anyway. All right. I think I cycle a haze of pollen here. Yeah, I definitely think I cycle a haze of pollen here. All right, well, let's go for the cycle. All right, well, that's not bad. Now we get to flip the search for Escanta. Anticipate in the graveyard? No. Maybe we should have. Maybe we should just dump everything, but I think we're good here. So I am going to draw a card. We get another root snare. I'm going to go to my end step, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to cast Nexus of Fate in our end step. So yeah, I actually could have done this last turn, but we had a little bit of life to play with here. So now we're going to... Oh, Gifted Paradise is great too. We're still not hitting on lands though. So we're gonna draw another card here. Gifted Paradise. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 3. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've already used the Teferi. I'm trying to play quick here, guys. I know this is a little bit. So we're gonna go blue, untap, untap, blue, blue, Nexus of Fate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm trying to do this without untapping here. So I actually just want to get a couple more lands so I can start casting Nexus of Fate and some draw cards, but I'm not actually getting there. We're getting... There we go. There's a land. So we're gonna go... Not that I needed to keep the Teferi. That was not the point. It was just to actually try to get another land before we did this. So we're gonna go blue. Yeah, I can just tap it all here. We're gonna go Nexus of Fate. He's going to scoop it up. We would have anticipated to help get farther into the deck. And then from that point, we would have ultimated the Teferi and kept going and kept going and kept going. Right, so I think that's where we're supposed to be. And then it's great. So for the sideboard against red-black, you don't do anything. You just run it back, which is pretty cool. I like that. This gives me a couple minutes to kind of talk to you guys, and that's probably how I'm going to be doing that for a lot of these matchups. Kind of checking in with chat in between the the sideboards right there. Oh my god. We weren't infinite, but we were highly likely to get there. It's definitely a lot like KCI. When I'm playing KCI, a lot of times you kind of got to make a stretch for actually getting there. Sometimes you don't know that you have the combo yet. You just kind of gotta let it play out and see where it goes. And this deck's a lot like that. You just kind of gotta go for it and say, hey, we're taking extra turns. We've got Teferi. We're doing this. Let's see how much fun we can have with it until our opponent says that's it. I've seen enough. You've had too much fun. Yeah, there's no such thing. It's like, yeah, there's a song about that. If you think let's see. I think if you just keep playing turns, they'll just quit. Yeah, I think that's the problem. So the only way to actually go infinite is you actually have to continue doing this till you have no cards left in your library except for Nexus of Fate, so that every single turn you just draw a Nexus of Fate. It is a thing to be able to actually stack your extra turns. So there's a point where you no, you don't bring in anything here. There's an article, second link. Raphael Levy did this article, and he explains a lot about the deck. A lot, like we're talking, a lot of the pros worked on this deck and things. And I think just having the right mentality as you approach playing this deck is going to help a lot. There's going to be a lot of people that try to play this deck. Well, if you'll look at the article, Jareth, you'll actually see that Karn's Temporal Summoning was kind of replaced by Oath of Teferi. Like, as things kind of change, you know, yeah, pretty much only sideboarding versus control. That's almost the only time you sideboard, and in most of those games, you bring in the entire sideboard. You kind of do a bit of a transformation. So yeah, it's very interesting, and Raphael Levy did a great job at structuring the article. You know, posting the tweets in it and things like that. You know, just a great piece of literature. Definitely got to give some props to James Cluxton here in you know, one of our patrons here in chat. He actually pointed at the article and he's like, you know, you got to check this out, you know, because we were playing with this deck last night, mainly because I didn't want to jump on stream and look like an idiot. Like I was highly afraid of jumping on the stream and just being like, yeah, that's a punt. That's a punt. And I did. I punted a lot against James last night, but it didn't matter. He whooped me anyway. So peace out, Madness. Well, you're gonna go do the thing. Well, all right, man. You go do the thing. We've got some cycling lands here, and I'm happy to cycle them. Probably gonna just play this blue source. I don't know. Like we want our search for Esconta down early. I'm going to keep the search for Esconta. This may or may not be aggressive enough, but I actually think with the Gift of Paradise, this should be all right. I'm expecting our opponent to have, you know, like dresses and things like that in his deck. You know, so this hand plays around those fairly well. How am I? I am great, Chris Peltier. How are you, good sir? Not advertising, just don't care. It's I mean, I should probably cover the can, but I'm not worried about it. All right, boss sauce. Here we go. Another search for Esconta. Redundancy is nice. Heart a Karen. Well, we would like to see some fogs. Let's play the green source. Let's go ahead and get the search for Esconta out because we really are looking for fogs. Getting more cards out of our deck is going to be really helpful. I mean, we're going to take a little bit of a beating before we actually get rolling, and that's kind of the penalty you pay here. We need to find that Teferi as quickly as possible, and you know, get to working on that. Sure. He's probably going to take our gift here, which is kind of bad. Alright, so search shows us, yes, put that in the graveyard. That's a free cycle. And we get that land instead. Okay, well, we continue to take a beating. This may have just not had enough fogs in it. Wow. He's tapped out. He's already made his choices. I'm going to cycle. Another plan. Beating continues. Put that in the graveyard. Yes. Another hint. Put one in the graveyard. We still draw one. Because we're boss like that. We're dead. Alright. I don't know. We may not be dead. We may have one play here. I guess we just play this because it's untapped, because we need something that's untapped. And we can tell right now if we're going to be dead. We're dead. Alright. Moving on. Oh, yes. That's how it works. That is exactly how it works. No fog effect. No fog effect. We automatically die. So that's the plan, though. We just got to hit fog after fog, so... no, they're not in the graveyard. So as Nexus of Fate Like, if it would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, you actually just exile it instead. We do have a Fog. This isn't like the greatest hand in the world, but it's not horrible either. So, I mean, we can turn 2 cycle if we have to. That Bromat Courier, man. The opponent's just so aggressive. I guess we're not cycling. Gift of Paradise will be decent. Duress. I guess he takes Root Snare, right? I mean, I don't think you take Nissa. Oh, you take our blue source, right? Of course you take our blue source. Gift of Paradise is just too powerful. I think we have to play the blue source here. At least he's not pushing like a ton of pressure, but it's starting. It's definitely starting. So, if we play Nissa, play Nissa for 2, uptick her 2 more, he has to swing both at, yeah, I'm good with that. That's almost a Fog. I mean, if he wants to get rid of the Nissa, it's almost a Fog. Let's put that on top. Put that on top. We'll go ahead and draw the Teferi. So if he wants to kill the Nissa, then we save a couple life points. Oof. Alright. Okay, here we go. Do you kill Nissa? Ooh, at me. Oh, what do you do? Let's see what he's doing. At Nissa, at Nissa. Okay. So now we go to Fairy. Uptick to Fairy. Sweet. We will untap these 2 lands. Now we can Fog. And that's the plan anyway. Root Snare. Play, since we're going to be fogging one more time, let's go ahead and get Nissa down. We will scry 2 with Nissa. Okay, so we'll put Anticipate on the bottom, put Haze on top. We'll draw it with Teferi. Play our land for the turn. Pass turn, now we can Anticipate and Haze of Pollen. So, untap, untap. Pass the turn. And now we're looking for extra turns here. So, we'll see what the opponent's got, and we'll kind of just go from there. Ooh, another Glorybringer. Isn't that wonderful? Alright, so I'm actually going to Anticipate first, because he doesn't necessarily know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I just want another Fog. Our opponent doesn't really have a way to throw things at us just yet, so another Fog seems great. And then we'll go ahead and cast the Root Snare. I mean, and he's just coming at us every turn here. Hopefully by the time that we've ran out of Fogs, we'll be okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're one off of actually being able to main phase this. And you actually would want to main phase this normally, because you're going to be able to... you're going to be able to shuffle the library So, but we don't have enough mana, so we can't main phase it here. Oh yes, that's perfect. Alright, so we'll put Nexus of Fate. Alright, so I'm going to click Nexus of Fate first, and we're going to put it on top of the library, and then we're going to put the Hinterland Harbor on top of that. We'll draw the Hinterland Harbor. We will play our land, and then there's no point in being coy about it right here. We can go ahead and play this one. I mean, maybe I should have drew that. Yeah, maybe I actually should have drew that Nexus of Fate. Yeah. I think maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. Let's go. We know we're taking a turn off this time. This turn. We're going to take one turn off, and I think we've got that covered here with the Haze of Pollens. So let's go bottom. Search for Escanta. Yeah, that was a punt there. I should have just drawn that Nexus of Fate and then floated a mana in my end step to be able to cast the second Nexus of Fate, and then just worried about getting a land whenever. So we're gonna go ahead and draw a card here. Anticipate. All right. I'm okay with Anticipate. Let's see what we get. Yeah, we'll pull the Nexus. All right. Well, we're gonna give the opponent another turn here. 1, 2. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. So he's gonna go ahead and sack the Bowmat. He's like, wait, let me see what he's doing. I mean, he's gonna need something pretty interesting to be able to. I mean, this Bowmat is just powerhousing, though, right? On-Crop Crasher. It's a mean little beast. I guess he's looking for, like, I don't know, duress. Didn't find it. And Haze of Power. PNLR. Do I cycle? I don't think I cycled this Haze of Pollen, do I? Like, just keep it as backup? Why, yes. Did I put that in my graveyard? Oh my goodness, I did, didn't I? I did put it in my graveyard. Oh well, I don't think we'll need it. See? See how easy it is to just destroy yourself here? Alright, so that would have been great, but I think we're good anyway. Let's go ahead and search for Escanta. Wait a minute, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total. So if we search for Escanta, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to do a search for Escanta. And that leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We take an extra turn. Alright, yeah, we can do it. So we'll search for Escanta. We're going to look for... Yeah, I should have kept that Oath of Teferi. That would have been great. I'm going to grab the Gift of Paradise. We'll go any order here, I think. We'll go Nissa Scry 2. We're going to go... Bottom. Draw a card with Teferi. We get another Haze. pass the turn. Untap two sources here. Play blue, blue. Oh, this deck is crazy. This deck's gonna give me a headache. Alright, we go land. I guess we just dig for another one. So we will search for Azcanta, take a Nexus of Fate, go any order. He scoops it up! Alright, yeah! That's what I'm talking about. And that's what it does. That's what the deck does. Yeah, we had bad draws in game 2. Teferi is about to start laying some smackdown. Yes, Teferi was about to start laying some smackdown. It didn't matter where we went or when we decided to go off. The thing was to just ensure that at that point we just had the biggest draw engine online that we could. There's probably an opportunity there where I might have been able to go ahead and start like with the Teferi emblem or something like that, but I just didn't feel that I had enough lands. I think that next turn, or possibly this turn, maybe I shouldn't even have. I think it's when we naturally draw that Nexus of Fate that we can actually start doing other things until we just get a ton of mana. But it was definitely starting to get pretty mean there. So sorry, Boss Sauce. All right, another game. Rush says I'm about to call the cops. This shit ain't right. It ain't, man. It ain't. Jareth Miles, she could, but we don't need what? What? Can Nissa not start doing other stuff? Yeah, she could, but there's also a strategy there that if I just kept going until I got enough land, you can actually hold an anticipate and Nissa. So you swing with an you untap 2 lands, right? Or you float 2 mana, 1 blue, 1 whatever. You untap those 2, make those 2 creatures, all right, and then you use Teferi to neg on the Nissa. You then use the 2 floating mana to anticipate drawing the Nissa back, playing the Nissa, ultimating her again using the other mana that you have available there. You need 10 mana and anticipate. It's in the article. It's great. Just some cool interactions. It's not the greatest hand in the world, but we've got our... I think I'm supposed to mulligan this. Maybe not. This just like seems like a weird hand. Oh. You hope we fight a burn deck? Yeah, it's the deck you can't beat. You just can't beat burn. Yeah, you just can't. You can't beat burn. You can't beat green-black constrictor. You have no way to interact with walking ballista, and you can't kill the constrictor. So walking ballista just keeps, he can tick up faster than your planeswalker. So yeah, it gets bad. I think we keep this. I've got my root snare here. We can get started here with our lands. Hopefully we'll draw good things off the top. Our opponent's mulligan, so. Yeah, that's supposed to be one of our unbeatable win cons. So, they're supposed to do, like, the first, like, so many points of damage, just chip... Oh, there it is, boys. Alright, just chipping in at us, and then, from there, move into burn, so... like, do the last couple points of damage, just straight burn to the face, and we just can't do with it, so... James, nowhere in that article did it say Grixis was an unwinnable matchup. Nowhere. It did not say Grixis was an unwinnable matchup. It said the Wizards' Flame of Kelm decks with burn. Anything running 12 plus points of burn. And then, yeah, anything running, I might have said 15, but, and the Grixis, and the, not the Grixis, but the Walking Ballistas deck. So, like, they just can't interact with Walking Ballista, and if they're taking turns, if they have to pass and things like that, they just can't deal with Walking Ballista, so. And yet, I'm watching a deck it can indeed beat. Maybe. You never said that. What was you saying? The last thing you said was Madness Burn is supposed unwinnable. Also, I don't think Hixus. Alright, maybe it was Hixus. Not 100% on. Like, drawing another island? Come on. Come on. Might have been. Hey, I misinterpreted it. James is a Grixis fan. We had this conversation on the phone last night of can this deck beat Grixis? And I was like, it seems like it should be able to. I couldn't figure out how to sideboard it properly, though. So, yeah. The only thing that this deck keeps... right. This deck definitely is going to be trying to keep your top decks in check. I mean, I don't think we start firing off hazes yet. I mean, we still got a couple points of life. We're not in dire stress for it. Whoa. Alright. That's just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negate 5 points of damage seems okay. I think I will give. Whoa. Not that he has it, but we're going to put it on this one. Alright. So that'll negate, you know, the Kari Zev swing here. Shock. Yeah, the burn to the face is hurting. Maybe it was still too early to fire that root snare off. Like, maybe I should have just taken the 5 points, like went to 12, and then went back to 15. Then I would have went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ew. Yeah, I would have went back down to 9. Here we're going to 11. It's 2 point different this way, but we did lose a card. And any haze from this point forward would technically probably be stopping even more damage? I don't know. I think I cycle that. Like, I'm not worried about the white mana with the Gift of Paradise down, so... Like, I think we cycle that at end of turn here. Maybe even cycle it, like, now. 1, 2, 3, 4... Sweet. Alright, that works. We'll oops. Didn't need to do that. We'll just do double green, cast a Haze of Pop. And pass the turn. Well, except his pass anyway. He's probably going to play something else. No, he did not. Okay, Sun Petal Grove. It would enter tapped. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't cycle it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're still a little ways off. We'll go ahead and play the Sun Petal Grove. We're definitely getting down to the wire, guys. Need to hit some draw spells. Need to hit something to dig our way into more cards, right? We just got to get something going here. Depending on what he plays here, oh my goodness, it's Hazret. Well, we're definitely firing this Haze of Pollen off. I guess. I mean, if he swings. Yep. All right. So. Haze of Pollen. Alright, well there's a Karn. That's not quite enough. We need like Karn and a Haze of Pollen, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean we can fire off. Do we just let Karn buy us some time? Like, just get us an extra card? I guess. We'll see what the opponent gives us here. We're going to reveal... Is that Karn and search for Escanta? Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. While the opponent has the opportunity to take us into one here without burn. Any non-creature spell and we're just dead. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have cast the card and just taken an extra turn and tried to see what was up next. That seems real bad. That does. I mean, he had a good hand though. I mean, he come out rocking. The burn is what really hurts. Versions of this deck playing, you know, the Soulscar mages and things like that. So we got the Karn. All right, cool. We got a Karn. So if he leaves Karn unscathed, we just, I guess. What does he do here? Okay. Alright, so we only take, yeah. Alright. I mean, I guess he could have just, like, threw the Scrap Heap Scrounger at us and killed us. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus the throw. Oh, man, we were dead on board and the opponent missed it. I didn't even see it. I didn't see it until then. I forgot that Kari Zeb was going to make a dude. Yeah, we don't have any protection. If he's got a lightning strike or something like that here, this is it. Okay. Well, Karn. We've got Gift of Paradise, Nexus of Fate. Well, that is a beautiful thing. All right, so we're gonna go land. Nexus of Fate. He sacks the Bomac Courier. Looking for a shock. We're going to grab Nexus of Fate. We're going to go land. One. Okay, so if we go 1, 2, 3, we got one left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we can go green, blue. Gain a couple points of life here. We have one turn to mess at this point, so we're gonna go Nexus again. Take another turn. Alright, so we're on our next turn. Let's go ahead and Karn. We have a search for Escanta in the... so one... Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Alright, that's 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we just play Glacial Fortress. Cycle... Sweet! Alright, we got Nexus of Fate. We're gonna go... We're gonna take an extra turn, and... Anticipate. Alright, so... When do we start making Karn structs, right? Like, that's the question. We have Search for Escanta, which we should probably actually try to get. So let's try to get that. Let's get that Search for Escante here, because that's going to help a ton. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can play Search for Escante, and we can play Anticipate and see if we find another Fate. Okay, alright, well we'll just Teferi then, that'll work. Alright, so we'll go Teferi, any order. We'll go double white, double blue, green, sure. We'll play Teferi, and then we'll uptick Teferi. We get an Anticipate. We don't have enough to cast the Nexus of Fate even if we get it, so I'm just gonna Anticipate now. Oh wow, Gift of Paradise. Alright, yeah, I'll take the gift. We'll go any order. Pass the turn. Now this is where we're giving our opponent a chance here. We're not gonna always yield. We might wanna do crazy things. You don't know. You just don't know. Alright, opponent, you got a turn. Untapped gift lands? Absolutely, absolutely. Right, keep looking for Teferi. That was the plan. We already had the root snare in hand, and that's kind of what you're hoping for. You're trying to get that turn where you play Teferi, and then you pass turn with a Faga. And then at that point, oh man. By the way, you think you'll dip after this game? And this is one of those games, guys. Like, you know, I always say, you know, I don't want to really play, you know, control because it requires so much of me there, and it's, you know, you're just kind of playing through your deck. And that's one of my favorite things about Magic, though, is to be able to play my entire deck. The more cards that I get to see in a given game from my deck, the more, like, the happier I am with the deck. So, yeah, this may take a while. Tuck Hazard? Nah. I mean, we're not there yet, and we just drew our Hazard back up to buy us a little bit more turn against Hazard. So I guess he's holding like a bunch of cards and he wants to just start throwing cards at us. I mean, that seems like that would be the plan. Lightning Strike into just, I mean, maybe Tuck Hazard. Goblin Chain Whirler. Lightning Strike would do it. Do you have the Lightning Strike? Or you're just going to try to cut to ribbons me? Scrap Heap Scrounger? Okay. So he does have cut to ribbons. We are worried about that for sure. Alright, let's see if I can not mess up this. Put that in the graveyard. Yes. Transform. Yes. We get a Teferi. Alright. Time. Oh, Goblin Chain Whirler. Get Teferi. That's right. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll look for Nexus of Fate. And then we'll put in any order. Because I'm going to be using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get this Gift of Paradise down. I guess there's no point doing that. We'll put it on here. And, yeah. Now we'll just Karn. So he's got, oh, he's like, here, have a Teferi. So we're gonna draw. Ooh, we'll play our land. So yeah, all right. Let's do it now. Wait a minute. If we go 1, 2... If we go 5, play another Teferi, uptick it, we get to untap 4 lands, and we only need any 4. We could just play another Teferi here, and we'd be in the same spot. We would just be 1 card deeper in the deck. And since I have so many Teferis, which is like, you know, a wealth here, I think I'm going to do it just to get 1 card deeper in the deck. And that's my only real thinking here, is I just want to go 1 card deeper. So we're going to go Teferi. I'm going to keep the new Teferi. We'll untap, draw. I have used Karn. So we're going to go untap, untap, blue, blue, untap, untap. Let's untap over here. And then we'll go blue. I don't really have enough. Like, I don't know. Maybe there's a world there somewhere where I actually would have had enough to activate that search for Escanta as well. But I probably didn't do the math right on it. So... okay. Nissa, what do you do for us? Let's go blue, green. And yeah, we'll just play her for 4. Search for Escanta. So we're gonna search up another Nexus of Fate if possible. Haze Pollen's not bad either. Alright, well. Okay, so we go... I'm going to take the Haze Pollen over the Root Snare, because Haze Pollen's technically a better card. Alright, so we've went search. Now we go Karn. See what he gives us. We revealed Hinterland Harbor Beneath the Sands. Okay, so now we're going to go Teferi. Another Hinterland Harbor. I didn't use Nissa? I was supposed to use Nissa before Teferi. Oh no. That might have hurt me. Oh, that might have killed us. I thought I'd already used Nissa. And it would have helped, because we would have, I don't know, we wouldn't have seen this Nexus of Fate though. So we're gonna go top of the library. Top of the library. 1, 2, 3. Right. Well, we're gonna do it anyway. So we're gonna go. We're going to say Teferi. We keep the new Teferi. We're going to use the new Teferi. Draw the Nexus of Fate. Move to pass turn. Alright, now we're going to untap, untap. Float blue, float blue. Untap. So that gives me... that'll give me enough for that, but won't give me enough to actually do the search for Escanta as well. So might as well just untap the other one. Float blue, float blue. I'm trying to do this as fast as I can, guys. I'm sorry. Like this is just a crazy deck. All right. So we get the anticipate, which helps us dig further into the deck. All right. So now let's search for Escanta. We get a Nexus of Fate, which is perfect. Okay. Now we're going to go Karn. Alright. Root Snare. Anticipate. We'll dig a little deeper. Ooh, I like this Nissa right here. Because that's going to be our win con right there. Okay. And so we've used Karn. Let's see what he put in the grave. He put another Teferi in the grave, so we can always just grab another Teferi with Karn. We will scry with Nissa. We're going to go bottom, top, up to Fairy. I'm going to take it this time. All right, let's count our lands. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we can cast Oath of Teferi. So we're going to go... Oh, that's not how we want to do it. We're going to go double white, blue. We're going to play Oath of Teferi. We're going to balance a gift of dice, gain a little bit more life. Sure. Just in case things go wrong, like we... now we can use everything over again, so we will Karn. Oh yeah. Nothing like ending the day by watching Sideboard MTG. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's I thank you for that. I really do, man. Alright, so we did Karn. We did it a second time. We will scry this turn. We're going to take one extra turn, and we're going to kill him after this. So we're going to put this on the bottom. We're going to put this on the bottom. We will up to Fairy one more time. We only need to leave one untapped, I think. We can wait. We can wait. Move to pass turn. This deck is ridiculous. Alright, so I'm going to stack Teferi, and then Oath of Teferi. So Oath of Teferi actually resolves first on the stack. So we'll have Oath of Teferi come back. Comes back, we'll assign it to a permanent, and we're just going to move it to this this plains here. We'll gain a little bit more life. We will use Teferi's ability to untap and untap. We then go blue, blue, blue. One Nexus of Fate. Now that that's back in our library, now try to cycle. So we'll cycle for a card. Untap. Untap. Blue. Blue. Cycle again. Alright, so we're just going to cycle. Whatever. That's okay. We've already taken our extra turn. We did draw Nexus of Fate for our card this turn. But, guys, it's time to finish the game. So, we're going to... we're going to do this. We're going to go... Ultimate Nissa. Wait a minute, cancel. I'm gonna tap the green lands here. We're gonna do that. We're going to Ultimate Nissa. We're going to untap these two. They're flying 5/5s. Oh, wait a minute. We could do so much more here, but I'm just not going to. We're just going to go for the win because of time. So we'll take the new Nissa that is at 8, right? So we'll take this Nissa. We will Ultimate Nissa, Island, Island. We're going to move to combat and swing for 20. Oh my goodness! Wow, what a deck! Right? Yeah, I mean it's It's brutal, but that is the deck. Yeah, now we got to worry about time. So yeah, that's going to be an issue. So some of my lines seem really weird, but this deck is the new hotness. You play one of Tez. It's so good with Construct Karn. Well, the thing for me is, after reading the article by Raphael Levy, I was trying to play this deck in like these control modes, and I'm going to do these things to stall out. But from what I see, you actually just want to go for the combo. You just want to get an extra turn. Teferi, Haze of Pollen, untap with Teferi, take as many turns as possible, and just keep going. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. Trust the deck. It's got the pros behind it. They built it. They trust it. Trust the deck. Just keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah. Yeah. More. That's how you play it. Like, I was playing it wrong last night, and it definitely hurt me to be playing the deck wrong like that. I'm going to keep this hand. We can, yeah, turn 3 in Nexus. Like, this is not the most horrible hand in the world. So, oh my goodness. All right, here we go. He got the turn 1 Bomat. I mean, all right. Okay. I could have played like just untap Source, but it didn't matter. At this point, I'm actually playing for time more so than anything else. So we're definitely going to be, you know, trying to beat him here on time. All right, land pass. So I'm just going to be playing as fast as possible here. Right, we have 8 minutes. They have 16. That's how this deck works. That's exactly how this deck works. What? You can't watch any more of this? Can't. It just ain't right. It just ain't right. It's worse than Meal. It's taking all the turns. You're right, guys. Like it is. It's one of those things. And I'm sorry. Like I told you guys that I don't like playing control decks and things like that for reasons like this. And I mean this is exactly it. Like I just it's kind of just bad to play them, you know, because you're not actually I can't engage with chat. I can't do anything but just play. Like, okay, what's next? Where's the next line? What am I supposed to do next here? Like that's all I really can do at this point. So yeah. You did hit that like button though. Alright, I appreciate it, man. We all watch these streams for hours. Well, hey man, I every now and then it's good to play some like blue-white or some like band control. We're just taking such a beating, guys. Such a beating. We needed an untapped land right there. So I'm just going to play the tapped land. We're going to hold up Root Snare along with Anticipate and see if we can find another like Root Snare or something. All right. Let's Anticipate first. Ooh, we get another Anticipate. Are we stuck having to use the other Anticipate so that we can dig for another Root Snare next turn? I think we are. I think if we don't take that Anticipate, we don't actually get to try to get another Root Snare next turn or another Fog. And pass the turn. I'm playing as fast as I can, guys. I mean, it's definitely got to worry about that clock here, though. All right. Well, we got a land, which means we can untap me just anticipate here. Come on. Come on, come on. There's a haze. Alright, there's a haze. Any order. It buys us a little bit of time. But there's not a lot we can do with it. So, we pass. Oh, man. This is so brutal. Down to the wire here. This is just game 2, right? Greetings from Wisconsin. Well, welcome, Poopy. Welcome. Both are out of this world. Next level cereal. What? Vanilla wafer banana pudding cereal and vanilla. All right. Well, let me haze real quick. Then we'll talk about your cereals. And vanilla Oreo cereal. Seems good. Seems good. The cereal man. We're gonna call Poopy the cereal man. Is it you that was always going to get a bowl of cereal? Somebody was mentioning it the other day. Okay, so now we have it. All right. So we're gonna go to fairy. So blue, white, blue, green. All right. So plus to fairy. Root snare, pass turn. We're gonna go. Oh, what's he doing? He's gonna lightning strike me. All right. Well. Here we go. Root snare. And then F6. Okay, he sacked the Bowmat Courier. Four minutes and 20 seconds left. Alright. There's no way I can navigate this win. Alright, so I'm going to Nissa here because we still have like our roots of... We're really close to being burned out, right? I gotta take this chance. I have to take this chance here. And I'm just gonna go for max on it because I'm kind of all in on this Nissa anyway. Mainly because like we've got to get there quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and scry. And we're gonna go bottom, draw a card, untap some lands. We will untap. Oh, another shock. Oh my goodness. Are we just dead to burn? Are we dead to burn? Maybe. We'll find out. We will find out. Glorybringer. Green, cast, F6. Yep, we have mana. F6. It's taking us about a minute per turn here, which is getting very difficult. So, like, I've got to get this to the point where we can just win. Glacial Fortress, Nissa. Find me the fates. Find me the fates. Nexus of Fate. We're gonna go bottom, top, draw, blue, search for Escanta, pass the turn, untap. Oh great, I didn't mean to do that. Blue, Nexus of Fate. Pass. Flip search for Escanta. Look for Nexus of Fate. Anticipate. No. Okay. Oh, I didn't have enough in the grave. We're gonna go ultimate. What? I messed something up right there. Do I have to float it first? Alright, so we'll go any order. Oath of Teferi. Alright, well, that'll work. That will work. Cancel. Blue. White. Oh man, I'm gonna lose to time here, guys. I'm sorry. Come on. Did I not create white? Oath of Teferi. There we go. And we're gonna reset Gift of Paradise. I wanna reset Gift of Paradise. Okay. Oh my goodness, I didn't do it. I have confused everything here, guys. I have messed everything up. Yeah, this is brutal. I am so sorry, guys. Yeah, I missed the extra turns there on the Teferi. Oh, trying to do everything too fast. Trying to do everything too fast. And I forgot to take my extra turns after playing the Oath of Paradise. And I've got my stack mixed up right on top of my triggered abilities. And I need to pull those out. Yeah. It would be close. It would be really close. If time got called, we could probably get there. Like if we got 5 turns, because there's a good chance we would take all 5 of the turns. Did the opponent just walk away? Oh my god, the opponent is just like, whatever. The opponent might have just walked away. He's like, I won anyway. If he doesn't kill us this turn, then we still have a chance. He's not going to kill us this turn because we can just haze a pollen. I don't think he's got a way to stop double haze, and we can put haze on the stack. So, I mean, he has to go double burn to kill us here. So, like, the opponent may just be sitting around thinking about like how he wants to make his play, stuff like that. I'm constantly clicking this planes right here because as soon as I get priority back, I want to see an action. And as soon as I get priority, I'm going to cast Haze Pollen and press F6. So we're going to see what happens here. So now we're going to go for that F6 value. Try to make the entire turn last, like, less than a second or two. Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to anticipate. Oh, so we're going to say no, yes. We're going to draw. We're going to cast it. So we cast it, then we uptick Nissa, scry, and the only thing we're looking for is another Nexus of Fate. So we're going to go bottom, bottom, Nissa, Bottom. Bottom. Draw a card. Untap some lands. Draw a card. Untap some lands. Play a land for turn. Attempt to pass the turn. We're gonna go. Oh man. Come on, click it. Click it. I should have anticipated there, but I didn't. We're gonna go uptick Nissa. Bottom. Top. Cancel. Tap, 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 tap. We're gonna make these dudes. We're going to uptick with him. We're gonna play. We're gonna play Nissa. Play Nissa. Play Nissa. Play Nissa and then use Nissa. We're gonna keep the new Nissa. Oh no! No! Seconds! Seconds! Oh! Oh! Oh, just moments. Moments. We had it. We had it. Oh my goodness. In any paper world, we had it. Oh! Oh my goodness! First time you've seen me lose to the clock, I normally outrun it. I normally outrun it. Oh my goodness. Oh! I knew that was the win con too. Like if I hadn't messed up that turn that I used in Nissa, and she just down ticked, then we had it. We so had it. Oh. Well, man. Hope it made for good entertainment though. Yeah, that loyalty that I lost on the Nissa definitely cost me. Well, we're just looking for a blue source, and this is a really good hand. So, here we go. This deck's crazy, guys. All right, let me. During this deck, I'm going to try to fix where I have things positioned and stuff, because that was brutal. I'm definitely going to be trying to play fast too. Wow. Right? The paper match, yeah, in a paper match, this deck kills, man. Like, this deck destroys red-black in a paper match. Like, we did win on that turn. If we would have been able to say, if the judge would have come over and said, you got one turn left, like, finish this turn and it's over, we would have won. So yeah. Yeah, this is supposed to be an easy match as well. It really depends on if this particular person's running Vraska's Contempt or not, most of which aren't. So this should be a fairly easy match. Or at least a match equivalent to the last ones. Which is just, where I just need to be playing fast, because this may take a while, right? I'm going to pass the turn and cycle this Scatter Groves for a chance at a blue source. So we can take the 4 here, so I'm okay with that. How's the zombie matchup? Any aggressive matchup's the same. Just absolutely the same. You are worried about, like, zombies got like 4 kill spells, like 2 of which are Vraska's Contempt, and that's kind of like the only thing you're worried about. If they're running something like like Doom Falls and things like that, you kind of got to worry about them out of the sideboard. But you don't even sideboard against those decks. You just go right back out at them with a main deck and just kind of take it from there. Ronas. Am I not getting a priority? Alright. I was going to say, you better let me cycle. Come on. That's all I need is to mess something up here. Oh, got there. Got there. Alright. Oh, another one too. Just icing on the cake. This should be fairly decent. I mean, we just need to start root snaring our way through this. I mean, the more our opponent puts into these attacks, the better off we're going to be. Right, we're just siding against control. If it is not a control game, then we're not really worried. Mid-range game, okay, so we're siding against negate. Does that make sense? Like, just flat out, like, if they have negate, you side like it's control. And that's pretty much it. Even if they have the Doomfalls in those matchups, like, so Grixis mid-range is the only one that will give you some real big trouble, and that's actually opens up a really good spot for Grixis mid-range, because if I was going to say, I would say that the matchup is, you know, maybe 60-40 or 50-50, and who's to say which one goes which. I know that I was getting pummeled by Grixis last night, but I also wasn't playing the deck the way I should have, so all you have is 2 Duresses in the sideboard of your green-black Galta. You're not sure you have a chance against this deck. You do not. You do not. You will probably lose against this deck. Maybe I should have went on to like blocks or something and seen if he wanted to pump or something. Greenbelt Rampager. And the Rampager is down. And there's a Thorn Lieutenant to boot. We need more fog. Do we just play Nissa this turn? And just like see if he spends some time into Nissa? Let's do that. Alright, so yeah, we're just going to Nissa this turn. And then we'll, I don't know, scry here. See what we can find. Gift of Paradise doesn't seem bad. When I have my Lance, I'm going to put that on the bottom. I don't have a, okay, so next turn I'm going to go Teferi. The turn after that I'm going to go Nexus of Fate, so I don't really have time for this Gift of Paradise. So I'm actually just going to get rid of it. I'm just going to put it on the bottom. We're going to go for trying to live through this turn. And if we live through this turn, then we should be okay. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Like, we may just get run over right here. Like, this may have been too fast. And that's kind of the only thing you're worried about, is a deck that is just too fast. How does Zax feel about Turbo Fog finally getting some play? I don't know. Ask him yourself. He was here earlier. He might have had to go do things, so this deck runs some people off, so yeah. Here's your chance, opponent. So he's coming at us 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm just dead. Oh, yeah. I didn't even do the math. Well, we couldn't Teferi. I mean, yeah. Alright, well, we run it back. You don't like this deck, but Fog is a You don't like this deck? What? Like, Zax! This is taking turns, not Fog. It plays... It's still Fog. It is 100% still Fog. Should be called Turno Fog. Oh, I like it. Turno Fog. Well, that was a little reassuring. Dustin, yeah, I hope it was, buddy. It plays 8 Fog. It's a Fog deck. How do you not like this? Because it's tier 1. That's why Zaxadello doesn't like it. It's tier 1, and Zax likes being that underdog, man. He likes being that underdog. It can play 16 Fog. It does take turns. It does take turns. But you're just fogging your opponent's attack, right? Land, search for Escanta. Pray we get to a Teferi. Sure. I mean, we may lose this. I know at this point I've already had a ton of fun, so... Kenneth says Tier 1 sucks. Opposite of that, but I get where you're coming from, Kenneth. We're going to go Islands, so that brings in our hinterland harbors and stuff untapped. Just turn 2 Search for Escanta seems pretty good for helping us like dig, so we just want to get to that Teferi as quickly as possible. The more cards we see, the more cards we can pull out of our deck, the better off we'll be, so... at least we didn't waste a ton of time in game 1 since we were going to lose it anyway, but yeah. Alright, so we've got... Root Snare. That's actually exactly what we're looking for. So we're going to say no, we're going to say... Glacial Fortress... Pass. Now I'm going to take my beatings from this Greenbelt Rampager for a moment. Probably going to hold on this Root Snare for as long as possible. So, what are you removing? All these fogged creatures. I don't know. Eric seems like he's having a lot of fun playing it. He just needs more Nexus and 2 more Teferi, and you might build this. Hey, Boopy, like, seriously, this is one of those where you actually get to take all the fun in the game. Like, just all the fun. It's all yours. Just take it. Alright. I wish I would have had, like, something to do that turn. Like, draw some cards, something, but... we're gonna say no to that, too. I want to keep these fogs. I mean, like, flipping Search for Escanta early is going to be great, but I actually think that this turn I'm probably going to start firing it off. We're looking at, you know, almost half of our life total here. So we'll fire off the Root Snare. Another Still Leaf Champion. Okay. Lana War Elf. We're looking at Hinterland Harbor. We're going to put that in the grave. Yeah, we're looking at cycling here, so I can go ahead and do that now. And just see what we're looking at. Like, so we know... Okay. Well, unfortunately, we're just fogging and passing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is not the ideal situation here. We've got a ton of damage coming at us too. At the point we can ever not fog, then we're in some major trouble. So this, like, we may just lose right here. So we'll see. I think I want this damage step right here against a deck that can pump. So why not Settle or Fumigate or Cleansing Nova in the side? Yeah, dead cards during your win turn. Most of your ramp cards could be cycled during, you know, like when you're going off, and that's kind of the thing. It's like, okay, we're going off. Like, what can be done here? So, all right. So we're gonna say no. We're going to draw that, play this land, and unfortunately we didn't get a Teferi here, so like we didn't get our combo. We needed to Teferi. We needed a Teferi on board when this Haze of Fallen goes off. So basically, like, if we need to like top deck Teferi and another fog, and chances of that are getting pretty slim. Alright, so we fire off our Haze of Pollen. Like, an aggressive deck that has, like, I actually expect with this deck floating in the meta, for these Greenbelt Rampager deck, or sorry, the Llanowar Still Leaf Champion decks to actually start splashing blue. Negate on the turn, like, that they go to cast their fog. If you just negate it, they're dead. Like, that's how you want to combat these decks, I think. Yeah, we're gonna put that in the grave. Oh, don't tease me, deck. Don't you tease me like that. Okay. Okay. Show me a fog. Just show me a fog. Green card. Damn green card. That was fun. That was fun. Oh. Oh, man. Yeah, well, we hit the Teferi. We had to hit... Yeah, that's game. We don't have the fog anyway, and he's got a ton coming at us. So we're looking at 5, 10, 15, 20, 23 points of damage. Yeah. So, I've lost 2 so far. Not cool. Not cool. I wish I could cancel this. Need to get up for a second. Cycle the Sands. Yeah, I guess I could have cycled Sands. I thought Sands cost 3 to cycle. Maybe that's just the fog that costs 3 to cycle. Well, this is a great looking hand. I have to keep this hand. It's a terrific looking hand. Like, this is about. And then we come up against this, so yeah, here we go. So we're just gonna play, pass. Alright, so we're against the Esper decks. If they are a Teferi deck, which I doubt they are. I mean, because he's Esper, he's probably got like the Scarab God or something like that. But if he was just like a pure Teferi deck, then we automatically win this game. We'll anticipate here. Do I want another land? Let's look at this. Maybe? Like, maybe? Or maybe just an anticipate? Gift of Paradise would be good, too. The ramp's not bad, but I think I just want another anticipate, because that's going to just get more cards out of my deck over turns. If we can resolve a fairy, that would be terrific. I think I'm just going to try to resolve this Gift of Paradise here. Alright, he's just going to cycle a Fetid Pool. I mean, if it's Esper control, then we might... yeah, that's the plan, is to ramp into Teferi. Probably don't survive. Like, this Teferi probably doesn't hit, but we're going to try it anyway. Right? Like, he's got to have an answer for this. I mean, he's got to have, like, disallow or... Oh, a Syncopate! Alright, so I'm actually happy to see people playing Syncopate. I think it's very necessary with these decks. So, at this point, we may just play Search for Escanta and just, like, try to go for the win here. The fact that he's got Syncopates means that he may not be one of those bigger decks or whatever that's actually running, like, the Scarab Gods and things like that. So, yeah, I'm just going to kind of chill here. Deb's got a video on this. I haven't seen it. I'm going to anticipate. I'll take the land. So we've got a Nissa. I'm going to say no to the Nissa. We're gonna draw the Nissa. I'll cast Nissa for 1. This way we can play around Syncopate. We can pay 3. So if he's got a Syncopate, we'll pay for it. And now we can start scrying. And at end of turn here, I'm gonna cycle this Haze of Pollen. Like, he just Vraska's Contempt, I assume. Which is what we want. We want him to spend Vraska's Contempt somewhere else. Let's go bottom. And then we'll Haze of Pollen on his turn. Cycle Haze of Pollen on his turn. He gets a search for Escanta. Is he still missing lands? He is still missing land drops. This could be good for us. Alright, so let's cycle this. We get a land. Yes, we want to put that in the grave. Alright, so we get a Nexus. Alright, so play. We still get to play around. Okay, there's Anticipate. That's pretty decent. Man, if we get to untap with this Teferi, man, wouldn't that be crazy? Alright, so he gets to start digging. He throws a Disallow into the graveyard. Wow. Alright. Well, we're gonna play Anticipate. Oh man, that ain't cool. I want the Oath of Teferi. So we're gonna go any order there. Nexus of Fate, we're gonna say no. He's tapped out, so we just take this time to like just take an extra turn. Like, it's horrible that we're taking an extra turn without any like real like rhyme or reason to it. And this may seem really, really weird, but I'm actually just going to Fog. Put this in the grave. Flip search for Escanta. We're gonna go double white, blue. Wait a minute. Yeah, double white, blue. Alright, there we go. And I'm just gonna play Oath. There's not a lot of value here in Oath. I'm just gonna play it. We're gonna flip the because it's a control deck, I'm not putting it on the non-basic land, because if he has like a Field of Ruin or something, he'd be able to destroy it, and I don't want that to happen. We are looking for like some window where he taps out again, but we really need to get like a Planeswalker or something. Alright, he has a Teferi. Alright, so he's going to untap some cards. We're going to play land. We're going to get Nexus of Fate. Any order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Alright. So we pass. He cycles. We really just need to get a window here. Like if Teferi's his only real win con, then we've won here. We are behind on time though, so I do need to step up my game. See there's the filter room. That's why we put that on a basic. He's gonna pop my search for Escanta, you meanie. You mean person, you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I get to stack an extra turn here, right? I'm not 100% sure that it works this way, but I think it does. Okay, so he syncopates. Oh man, we can't pay for it. Got us. Syncopate? You got another one? Or is this just a disallow? Commit? Okay, that's fine. I mean, if he gets this Teferi ultimate off, then we're in a little bit of trouble anyway. But we could just start like going for the like. I don't necessarily know that he has another way to win yet. If he doesn't have another way to win, then we just like keep passing the turn, and then we just discard these, and that puts them on the bottom of our library. I kind of need to see something else out of him before I know that I should scoop. But I'm definitely just gonna like play much faster here. Like if we're just going for the turns action, then I'm probably gonna just quit trying to do stuff, and then we're just gonna pass, and we're gonna start sculpting like that perfect moment hand, which is a little bit risky, but you know, I don't think we can do anything with this. Forsake the worldly. Okay. We'll cycle this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cycling. Alright. I'm going to try it again. Again, trying to do things on our opponent's turn, which is pretty cool, to be taking an extra turn. Alright, so disallow's fine. Like, that is perfectly fine. It goes back in our deck anyway. So, yeah. We'll try again. Another disallow, alright. So now we get to fire off and anticipate. We're gonna take Scattered Groves. Any order, play Scattered Groves, pass. We're pretty much dead now. Like, yeah, we really needed those to start going off. You're new to Magic and got a Nexus of Fate. Should you trade it for other cards or keep it to see what's happening? What happens? I think the hype is going to be coming to an end very soon. So first off, if you have it in paper, the only way that you got it is because you bought a box or someone gave you a buy a box or something like that. Good job, opponent. Good job. Our opponent here just exiled all the things. All the things. So, I mean, if you have one, it's a buy a box promo. Anyone who wants one can just go buy a box, and you're supposed to get the promo when you buy the box. So, you know, that's a thing. Alright, so he does have the Torrential Gear Hulk. There's not a lot we can do about it because he's shown us the Torrential Gear Hulk. I don't think there's anything that we can do here. I'm going to go ahead and scoop it up and not waste any more time. There's some people that are like, oh man, it's going to hit 200. Someone in chat earlier was talking about it. It would possibly hit 200. Alright, so this is a control deck. So we're actually going to take out all of the fogs. We're going to take out one search for Escanta. Did I do this right? Isn't it one search, one anticipate? And that's 10 cards. And then we take out... that was it, right? Search, anticipate. And then we bring in... We're supposed to bring in, like, all of this, right? Oh, I should have studied better. I should have studied better. I know we keep the ramp. It's not Oath of Teferi, I don't think. I think it's Beneath the Sands. Yeah. And it probably the Anticipates. I think because this is a Vraska's Contempt deck, I'm not bringing in all the Jace's Defeat, but that's probably wrong too. Like, I probably just want to be able to stop all of the things. So, let's take out the Anticipates, and then we're just gonna play this game mean. We're just gonna be mean. Oh, you looked it up. -4 Haze of Pollen, -4 Root Snare, 4 Gift of Paradise, 4 Beneath the Sands, 1 Anticipate. Okay. Well, I definitely did that wrong. Yes, we'd love to go first. It's keepable. Yeah, I'll keep it. And we just go Hinterland Heart. I mean, we got lands. Just kind of go from there. We're really not going to be trying to get crazy with this this game anyway. There we go. So now if he goes Anticipate or Search for Escanta, I think we try to counter it. No? Definitely want to make up the time here. We got a 3-minute gap here on us and the opponent, so 100% want to make up the time. Oh, we popped it. Well, at least he, like, did something. Oh man, should have zeroed. I think we want that, don't we? Yeah, I'll keep it. Because next turn we get to keep up Negate, and we get to play Gift of Paradise. And we get to play this irrigated farmland, so that seems okay. I mean, if he wants to spend a counter spell here, that's like 100% fine. Syncopate for 2? No. Yeah, you got me, opponent. You got me. Top, bottom. I do want to keep drawing some lands. Definitely want to get to this Carnage Tyrant ASAP. Right? Like, yeah, Carnage Tyrant seems like exactly where we want to be. Teferi. Really wish I would have got that negate up. Oh, man. That would have been terrific. I do think that a lot more decks are going to be playing Syncopate in order to combat this particular deck. Syncopate against the Nexus of Fates is going to be a real thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Top. Was that wrong? That was wrong, wasn't it? I don't know. Next time we're playing Carnage Tyrant anyway. But I was supposed to go top Carnage Tyrant, top land. And this way the land would have been on top. I accidentally put the Carnage Tyrant on top. Like, it's always weird when I do it online. Like, doing it in paper is so much simpler. You know which one you're putting on top. But yeah, I did that. I did that 100% wrong. So he tucked my Nissa here to keep Nissa from ultimating. That seems okay. Seems like that buys us a little time. Commit? Oh man, did we get his glimmer? All right. He's like, uh-oh, that's a Carnage Tyrant. It is a Carnage Tyrant. The plan here is to go Carnage Tyrant, Nexus of Fate, and see what we can do. Well, I mean, it's a punt in the form of we were going to draw them both. It was either like it's not going to make a huge difference, so the punt's not like major. Like so. The way the play would have worked is we would have been playing the land and the Carnage Tyrant from our hand this turn and been left with a Carnage Tyrant. The other way would have been floating one land. So, I mean, yeah, 6 one way, half a dozen another, right? Yeah, hopefully no Doomfall. Like, so next turn we could, I don't know, I think we just... Right, so we would have just been able to play this land last turn, and we would have been playing this Carnage Tyrant anyway this turn. So, I'm just going to swing at that Teferi. And that's mainly just because, like, I don't want him to be able to keep a Teferi. Alright, so he tries to keep it alive. Fails. We play another Carnage Tyrant. Prey doesn't have Fumigate. It's like, that's where we're at. Had to use it once this stream. Oh, man. Like, dude, we've had so many punts. Like, earlier, I somehow accidentally just lost 4 points of loyalty on Nissa without actually being able to turn anything into... like, I think it's because you can only select up to two tapped lands. And I didn't have any lands tapped or something like that. So, it was like, I should have just floated 2 mana. So yeah. Oh, got me. Got me, opponent. Got me again. I'm gonna kill that Teferi though. 100% gonna kill that Teferi. Maybe I should just be trying to kill the opponent. But I think that Teferi's gotta go, right? Maybe we'll just top deck a Nexus of Fate. Well, we'll swing into Settle here. And now we got to discard a card, so I probably shouldn't have played that land, so I could have kept my negate. Oh, he's going to play something. Oh, of course. Sweet. He gave me some value. All right. The opponent didn't have to do that. He didn't have to give me the value. Hopefully no Doomfall or the other white sweeps, right? So now he gets back Teferi, or he gets back, yeah, like Teferi or whatever else he wants. I'm gonna cycle this. Like if we cycle into negate, I'll just stop this. Like so, I mean, he's about to get back either my Carnage Tyrant so that he can stop it, or. I mean, if he gets back my Carnage Tyrant, he can't swing with it, because if he swings with his with Carnage Tyrant, then he did get back. All right. Does he just have another Teferi? Don't do it, opponent. He does have another Teferi. Eldest Reborn is going to be a good way to fight this deck. Like now that the deck exists, yeah, people will know how to combat it. So that's going to be a thing. But I promise you guys, like if you play this deck, you get to have like a little bit of a better understanding of it than I do. You're going to have a lot of fun with this deck. Alright, well, I mean, we got rid of the Carnage Tyrants. That Teferi's gonna get us. Torrential Gearhulk. That's gonna be game. Oh, man. I have not done so well with it. We would have had that one other game against the red decks, which, you know, if you're running into a meta just absolutely full of red-black decks and aggressive decks and zombies and things like that, and you probably got a really good chance with a deck like this. But I also think that this deck will morph at least once or twice more. Just because people know about it now. Like, you can't play around the fact of they'll play around Settle. No, they won't. Not now that they know the deck. Like, now that people have seen the deck, no one's playing around Settle. You know that these decks aren't running Settle. Which also means that you might want to throw some Settles in. So, disallow? Oh, disarrow? That's a deadly counter. Yeah. We're dead here, guys. I don't see us coming out of this. Yeah. To not side disarrow is dishonor, bro. You rack a discipline. Yeah. Alright. I don't know what you guys are picking on me about, but yeah, I should have kept that land. I should have kept that land so I didn't have to discard. Dude gave me value anyway, so we got lucky. But now we're just gonna die to this ultimate. We're gonna die to these two Torrential Gearhulks. So, like, maybe I should have just sit back and said I'm not playing anything. But people know the deck now. People know the deck list. You're not, like, you know, showing this for the very first time. No one ever seen the deck list before. Like, you're not getting away with things like that. So, I don't know if that would have been a plausible scenario either, to just kind of sit back and not do anything. But, you know, either way. You picking on Poopy? That's mean. Alright, well, we're dead here. Oh, goodness. Well, guys, you know the rules. I lose 3 in a league. I drop. That's it. I drop. I'm gonna say it. I am probably not the best person to be piloting the deck. We had some really good game 1s. We technically kind of won that game 2. It was down to the wire, right? Like, oh, really close. I don't think this is a deck you need to pick up and just play without any experience playing it. The deck is super technical. I wanted to play against some really good decks, and that's why I wanted to put it in the league for you guys. I wanted to show y'all that, you know, the deck is actually really powerful. Personally, though, like, seriously, I'm going to say it. I don't just pick this deck up and think that you're just going to go crazy with it. This is, if any time that it was a great thing that to rent cards from manatraders, this is the deck to do it, because you may get to play it and you go like, I can't stand this deck, I can't win with it, and then other people may play it and go, oh my god, I'm a god with this deck. Personally, I'm not. I think the deck's a ton of fun. I really like the deck. I think that there's like some really cool things going on. I find it awesome that there's an Oath of Teferi in the deck. I definitely think that I would need to practice with it more if I wanted to play it. Turbo Fog has come and gone in the past, and it was never really my thing then anyway. And despite what Zach Zillow says, I am going to say that this is a Turbo Fog deck, as that is the primary setup that you want to do. You want to be able to set up Teferi and then untap 2 lands to have one of your fog effects to protect the Teferi. And then from that point forward, you want to be able to untap with Teferi. Remember that you only need 6 mana to actually cast a 7 mana spell. Beginning of your end step, you can float a land, or float 2 land, and then untap 2, and then cast from there. Don't always kind of just go straight for it, don't go for, oh, I don't have it, I'll pass turn. Like, if you have it, just keep going. And you just kind of got to hope the deck gives you what you need. And most of the time, the deck should do that. Again, those guys that were playing this deck were originally, they were surprising the field. A lot of the field didn't know about the deck. So, they definitely had the surprise element. The first time that I seen this with the Settle the Wreckage, we've seen it many times in the past where the format was just expecting, Supreme Verdict or something like that, or Day of Judgment, and the decks they just didn't play it. They say, I want that slot for something else. Like, this deck's not playing Settle the Wreckage, so you actually need to play the deck like you have Settle the Wreckage, but then you just kind of got to hope your opponent doesn't know that you're not running Settle the Wreckage. So I do think in some of the future versions of this deck that we're going to see, like, probably a little bit of migration towards adding a Settle the Wreckage or 2 in the deck. Once you have at least shown someone, actually Supreme Will might actually be great too. Because one of the things, you just want to be able to trade that card for another card to get another card out of your deck. And that's kind of like probably more important than even the ramp aspect of it. Like, ramp's good here, but I think it just wants, just more card draw, just more, like, to get the cards out. But I definitely think the deck needs a Settle or 2, mainly because, people know not to play around it. And as of right now, you could technically next level thinking. You could next level them. They're going to be, going, oh, hey, he doesn't play Settle, so I'm just going to swing with everything. And if he has the Fog, he has the Fog. But if he doesn't have the Fog, then I'm going to hit him for more damage. And you might actually be able to, settle and get more out of them that way. Although, a lot of times you're just playing a more expensive Fog when you play Settle. But again, like I said, now that people know the deck, you're not going to be able to, like, get that surprise. And if you read Raphael Levy's article, Raphael was talking about, how people played around the Settle, and that's good. You want them to play around Settle. And I was talking about the last time I had seen this was Guillermo Mathinon played a, and we talked about Guillermo's deck a few times, but Guillermo played a Jeskai control deck back when people were, playing a lot of blue-white and things like that, and he actually, forewent the Settle the Wreckages. He didn't have Settle the Wreckages in his deck, and people were playing around them, and, I'll never forget it. Seth Mansfield was talking about, he had been playing around it, when he met him earlier in that tournament. And then, once the deck lists were published and everything, everybody got to looking at it, and the first thing he said was, oh my God, there's no Settle. And then the gig was up, and he lost every single game. So that's kind of something you might have to worry about, people trying to play around the Settles and people not trying to play around the Settles. Throw a couple Settles in the deck, and then you can have your way with them or something. And that's probably going to be my biggest tip for this deck. I think that we're just going to have to watch and kind of see where the deck goes, where it kind of, fluctuates, comes and goes, and things like that. But overall, I think the deck's a really, really fun deck, and I had a lot of fun playing it, especially when it was going off. It was actually even fun to try to get rolling. To settle or not? That is the question. You're right, Dustin. You're right. You got to swing or you got to not swing. Do they have the Settle or do they not? But yeah, it's well, and I'm speaking for you there, Dustin, because you're playing the mono green, right? But anyway, it's a really fun deck, and I actually had a lot of fun just trying to get the deck to go off, like just drawing, like that suspense of not knowing if I'm about to get my combo off, and then hitting the combo, and just like, well, I say combo, but just hitting that next Nexus of Fate is such a high, versus in the other turns where you're just like, okay, root snare, there's not as many lows as you would think as far as like the fun in this deck. Like you would think that there's going to be some times where you're like, oh, well, you got me. only if you're playing against a lot of red deck, like mono red wizards, things like that are going to be, you know, great for destroying these decks. So you know, if you've got a mono red wizards deck, or like maybe even red blue wizards, but you just really want something that's got, you know, 12 plus points of burns in it. So what do I think of the conjecture version? Kathy. Hi, Kathy. I was actually wanting to look at your mill deck. I had forgotten about your mill deck, and I'm glad you popped up. I'm actually, let me make a note of that. Don't have my pen. I'll have to notepad that. Check mill deck. I'm gonna do this. Perfect. There we go. Check Reddit for the mill deck, for the fish mill. Yeah, I definitely want to play that that fish mill deck. Gutter Snipe deck on the Reddit, please upvote it. All right, Rush. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. I really do. And Gutter Snipe sounds like a lot of fun. So yeah, I do like me some Gutter Snipe. Last time he was in play, man, I was definitely trying to do some Gutter Snipe. The Kanjari version, I looked at the Kanjari version. I seen, I want to say it was what, David Williams that was playing that at the Pro Tour. Was it round 5 or round 8, something like that? We got to see him flawless victory or something. Saffron Olive posted on it. MTG did an article on it. You know, some things like that. So I need some mono green. Have I not played mono green on this stream? Like, mono green's one. I may do that for like. I have mono green on Arena. Maybe we'll play like a mono green thing on Arena. If you guys want to do that, I have mono green on Arena, so like we could do that. That'd be a lot of fun. Maybe I should do that. It's still a top deck at the moment that you have not played. No, the new version, like the Vinemare version, right? Welfare 3 well. Hope everyone's good. Our night is good, and bid thee farewell. Well, goodbye for the Horde. Thank you very much. Don't forget to send me your deck for the Horde. I can't wait to look for it. Millinor. I don't get it, Aiden. I don't get it. When is Arena doing the buddy list? No clue, Brandon. Brandon, you're probably more in touch with it. You're talking about the like Boggles horse, or just like mono green with Vimares, right? Yeah, guys, I'm wrapping it up right now. The deck was a ton of fun. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I hope you had a lot of fun watching it. I really, really did. I was just kind of talking to the guys in chat because I really didn't get to talk to you guys much while I was playing this deck. And this 100% though, like if I have to give any advice, like consider a couple settles in this deck. And that's only because, you know, people know that they're not in it and you might need it. So consider a couple settles in the deck, and then other than the settle the wreckages, if you're playing red-black, more than any time before, your cut to ribbons are probably going to be worth it, even if you are casting cut on your own Bomat Courier, then sacking your Bomat Courier with the trigger on the stack, or just sacking the Bomat Courier and throwing your cut to ribbons in the graveyard anyway. I think that those are going to be really handy. The mono green decks, how are you going to beat the Nexus of Fate? I don't really know. I don't really know exactly what I would add to mono green to help this. I don't know. I probably some black spells so that you could have some duresses and doomfalls or something like that. So like I would honestly, if I was playing mono green, I would probably lean towards green blue right now. The same way that you've been splashing black in the mono green decks, splashing Negate could be absolutely terrific. But then again, going mono green Sultai would work as well. Like just having a mono green base so that you could land a War Elf into things like that, or things like Still Leaf Champion, Ronus, and just still playing the mono green deck, but having the option to have some negates in the sideboard might be beneficial as well. Not 100% on that, but I expect just the appearance of this deck to make a shift in standard that should be a lot of fun. I don't think Standard's stale, even though that we've seen the pros, you know, kind of go with those safe routes. It was really good to see the teams like Raphael Levy's and Shi Tian's deck. And I pulled this one from Shi Tian's deck, not Shi Tian Li, however they have it on Magic Online. But Shi Tian's deck is this is it, and it was a lot of fun, and it had a lot of people working on it. But you run mono red wizards. It's pretty sweet. You are actually the deck that this deck cannot beat. This deck cannot beat you, Miss Clark. Again, if you guys want to check out Raphael Levy's article, it is below. If you want to test this deck, manatraders has got you covered. I definitely recommend checking out manatraders. Miss Clark, I don't want to say that I snooped or anything, but I check out a lot of the new people in the channel, and a lot of your liked videos and stuff, which show up when you check out channels and stuff. Are you from the Heartland? Are you from the South? And if you are, I believe that my family's went through a lot of the same problems that yours have. So I want to say yeah, I'm sorry that opioids take a lot of families, and I could be wrong in my guess here, but I'm going through some of these problems with some brothers of mine that things haven't been great. Things haven't been great. They've gotten in a lot of trouble, and I've watched my family kind of go downhill because of it. And I just noticed that you had a lot of videos that were liked about opioids, heroin, and things like that taking over the South. And I just wanted to say, my heart's there for you. If you do have anything wrong with, if you have family members and stuff that are suffering from that, I just definitely want to say, I got you. And anyone else for that matter, it's definitely something that's affecting a lot of families and things like that, and it hurts. It really does, I just wanted to say that, there's others out there that we care, and I get it. It's hard. So hope it didn't pry too much there, but I checked Zaxdillo and a lot of these other people, if they have YouTube channels, I check them out. No different. There was no different for you. I mean, so just wanted to say that. When I seen that, it kind of made me think of my brothers and stuff, and I was like, man, this is horrible. So yeah, I mean, you can't leave them alone with your families. You can't trust them. I lost a Macintosh computer that I used to do a lot of work on and stuff like that to them. They'll never be able to be uncles to my son. It'll be very hard to ever put them in a position where I trust them enough to leave my child alone with them, which is just horrible. I have a colorful past of my own, but never quite as bad. Never like that. And it's just that hurts, and it's affecting a lot of the South. It's affecting a lot of the world in general. And yeah, if I just want to say to all of my community, if you ever need anyone to talk to, you ever need some way to escape dealing with that or something like that, let me know. My email is SideboardMTG@gmail.com, and not that I want to be like a campaigner or whatever for that. It's just I know that is really, really hard on families, and yeah. It really, really is. Either way, guys, yeah, I've watched it rip my family apart, and I'm going to leave it at that. But yeah, it's truly scary. It really is. It's truly scary, and it hurts a lot of families. So, yeah. And you know what? I'm going to say this: if you're one of those people that are hurting your families, you're probably not watching me right now. because those people rarely own much, especially, you know, like some way to like Magic the Gathering. There's no way that, you know, those people are can afford collections and things like that. But if you are watching this, then you're hurting a lot of other people. There's a lot of people that care about you, and you're hurting them. Either way, I had a ton of fun playing this deck. I hope all of you had fun watching it. I'll see you next time here on Sideboard MTG. Tomorrow night, Dev's deck, Mono Green, or Miss Clark's Fishmeal. You pick. Let me know in the comments. Only those people that are here are probably going to hear this. Most of you probably like most of the other people probably stopped watching at Opioids. So yeah. Either way, oh man, your husband's family has been through a lot. Yeah. Jeez, that's brutal. It is brutal. Sorry about that, Miss Clark. Fishmeal lost your cousin last year. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, yeah, it's hitting a lot of people, guys. It's if nothing else, we've got to teach our kids. We've got to break this, man. Like, if anything else, I blame the pharmaceutical companies for money. You know, money issues. But you know, then you know, whatever. So what are we playing? We playing Mono Green, Fishmeal, or Dev's Mono Black Burn. It's a budget deck. You guys pick. Let me know in the comments. My name's Eric. You've been watching Sideboard MTG. It's been a blast. Oh my god, it's been a blast. We'll see you next time.